It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's all up next.
One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. To witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special, and needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Pacheco. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop. Mahomes looking to throw on second down. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco.
Like, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
Gray is the motion man here. First down throw, Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down. Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question, 2nd and goal from the 2, what do? I like throwing it. I don't like waiting till 3rd down to air the ball out. So if they want to take a shot at the end zone, I think it's got to be here on 2nd and goal.
One more time with Pacheco. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Man in motion is Brown. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Smith. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. He's going to have that first down, gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. Open man, that's Trey Tucker. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good, and the Raiders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This going to be returned from right around the goal line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route, but this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mahomes. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
They put Kelsey in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. That's taken in by Kareem Hunt. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He'll try and get there on the ground. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. Throwing now, Mahomes. That one taken in. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, KC. And Butker on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Michael Dana brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's Geno. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Brian Cook there defensively to knock that one away.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Geno to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
To the left side, it is caught by Myers. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Raider 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Second and a yard. Here's Geno. Finding his tight end, Mayer. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
A second down throw for Smith. He is in. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Vegas.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders will tie things up. We are all even at 14. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Off the play fake, Mahomes. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That one complete to Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Right back to the air for Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So we'll take a breath. We're at the half, and it has been an intriguing game to this point. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Laube now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In motion is Myers. On 2nd down, Smith. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Gino now on 1st and 10. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Smith. And he'll take it on in. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Raiders.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Carlson now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. They put Kelsey in motion. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
On first down, it's Mahomes. He's going to run it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They put Kelsey in motion. 1st and 10 for Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. It is Max Crosby there to wrap him up. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a 1st down.
Really impressive job by the quarterback to stay in there. He knew that hit was coming in the pocket, but he held it just long enough to let his receiver win versus man coverage and deliver that ball on target. Any quarterback in the league, Mike, at this level can operate when things are clean. But when you have guys bearing down on you, can you hold it a little bit longer? Because if not, the timing of the play just doesn't work out. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They put Kelsey in motion. That is caught side of the end zone. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Laube now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top of the conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. His drive will start on the ground. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second and 7. Working out of the gun, Smith fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Here's third down and a few inches. Try to pick this one up on the ground. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Vegas.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3-and-out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Right back to him on first down. Not a lot on that one. He'll take it down to the 36. Man in motion here is Tucker. Throwing on second down, Smith. He gets this one to Tucker. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Smith to throw on first down. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And a short pickup past the 25. Play action here. Mahomes. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Gray is the motion man here. First down throw, Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being 1st and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible.
And he's in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith getting ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Here's 1st and 10. Geno to throw. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now give on the ground. He'll be a little short of that 1st down. Tackled at about the 37-yard line. The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. Second down and 3. Play action now. It's Geno. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. This defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On first down is Smith. He keeps it himself. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
To the ground, a first down run. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Here is 2nd and 7. Here's Geno. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, the crowd at Arrowhead roaring. Here's 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. And you'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. So big kick coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to grab a late lead. This kick is good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. They'll drop to throw. He connects with Gray on that one. After the catch, he gets...
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They put Kelsey in motion. On second down, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. Clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the 4th. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. They put Kelsey in motion. Open man, right side. He's got it. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
That's dropped off for Pacheco. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This to potentially send us to overtime. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one he's gotta have. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. They'll run here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Mahomes now on 3rd and 2. He's got his tight end. It's Kelsey. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
A give here to Pacheco. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. That one pulled in by Brown. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Motion man is Rice. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, KC. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule: the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. Now he takes off. A huge play there in overtime. 37 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
They go play action with Smith. There he goes again. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Smith. He'll take off again. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
And this has been a familiar sight all day today for this defense. They have no answer for this quarterback as a runner. That last scramble puts him over 100 yards for the day.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Gino. To the left side, it is caught by Myers.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Smith to throw on 1st down. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Well, give him some credit, and that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, Smith. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the pistol, Smith. That's hauled in at the 2. And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance.
Powering forward. He's in. Touchdown, Vegas. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
They could have tried for the win. Instead, they'll go for one to extend the game. And an exhale there. Extra point is good. Now, next score wins as we play on here in overtime. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This fielded at about the 9. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Motion man is Rice. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On first down, it's Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. A handoff running left. It's Pacheco. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Mahomes fakes the give and keeps it himself.
Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They're able to hold him to a short gain on the keeper and force the fourth down.
Big moment for a guy who's made some big kicks in his career, Harrison Butker. This one to win it in overtime. So now, a big spot coming here. This one he's gotta have. That's long enough, and it's good! On target from long range. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They knew a field goal would do it, and a pressure kick from distance was right on the money. They come away with the victory here in overtime. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.